Hey guys, Jess from Knockout Print Shop, and today I have for you my February 2020 planner spread flip through. So I'm just going to go through my spreads for the full month, let you know what worked, what didn't work, all that good stuff. So I'm kind of feeling off. I feel like I haven't filmed a video in a while because I've been doing batch filming where I film all my videos for the month once in one day, and then I don't have to film again, which feels weird because I'm like literally only filming once a month. So I have to get back in my groove. Okay, so here is my month view. I'm using right now my Makse Life horizontal. So that is the planner you see here. So my month view is pretty boring. Basically just wrote in some appointment time related things and used my mild liners to highlight them based on the color that's associated with each category. So most of this stuff is the red because most of the things that I have that are time related are work related. I did have a call with Sierra, and that was more of a relationship type of thing. That wasn't a work related call. Had a vet appointment, and I was on a friend's podcast, so I made those personal things. Those wasn't necessarily work. Matt and I went to a concert, so that was orange, which is fun and recreation. Forgot to highlight that appointment. So that's pretty much it for my month spread. I've honestly not been using it really at all other than to keep track of appointments. I did use this little post-it note sticker here and put house hunt. Basically we house hunt every weekend, so I was just using that for, I think, a picture or something like that. But that is my month view. Nothing exciting. So month view is getting a little neglected, but again, if you don't have a lot of appointments and time-related things, sometimes the month view is not necessarily relevant other than functioning as a calendar. Okay, so I'm not going to really go through my goal stuff in this video. I'm going to do another video about that. So we're just going to go right into the weekly spreads. So, yeah, so I'll use the action step stuff later. We'll talk about that in a goal setting video. Okay, so here we go. We have week 1 of February 2020, and I'm in my horizontal, and I'm really liking it. So I think I started using the horizontal, let's see, in the last week of January. So that's when I kind of got on this horizontal bandwagon, and I'm really actually liking it for a few reasons that I'll talk about as we go over these spreads. So my kind of go-to layout that I've been using is taking one of our little skinny dividers and dividing the column into 2 sections, the left section being a little bit narrower and the right section being wider for me to write to-do. So typically this right-handed section of each day is a to-do list. The left side is things that are more time sensitive, whether it's a specific time or like AM or PM task. So that is how I'm doing that. And then the kind of right-hand column here, it changes a little each week, you'll see, but it's mainly I'm using this top thing with the little laptop computer icon sticker and layered it with like an arrow sticker to write down the hours that we worked that day. Sometimes adding a little chore sticker for the chore that I have to do that day. This particular week I used a outlined box, layered it with the little fork and spoon to write down our lunch and dinners. So that is pretty much the structure of this spread. I do use the kettlebell icon to note my workouts. Like you've heard me say before, we always work out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so that icon sticker is not necessary, but I do like having it on there. I did use little mini flags here. You can see those for a few different tasks, mostly related to different kitchen tasks I had to do. Like start the crock pot in the morning, makes chicken stock, make sour cream, feed my starter. So these are kind of like AM, PM little things that need to get done. And then over here, the few days I did have time-related tasks or appointments, I just used an outline box, wrote the time and the particular task that was happening that day. So very, very simple, kind of this rainbow color using 7 of the 8 colors, and then used these little thicker, solid arrows and just wrote to do on there. So this spread, this kind of layout was inspired by Sierra, the creator of Makse Life. That's kind of what I saw her do and just tweaked it a little bit and made it my own. And I do like how this works. So one of the reasons I'm liking the horizontal so far right now is honestly having less lines to use to make a to-do list helps me rein in not trying to do too many things in one day and just really keeping my to-do list more intentional than having the long columns of the vertical and feeling like I had to fill up the whole entire column every day, otherwise seeing a lot of white space and feeling like, what the heck did I do that day? So I know it's just kind of a weird mind game, but I do like this so far. So that is the first week. I've been using the habit tracker here down on the right. This week I didn't use the note section for anything. I'm a little torn on the habit tracker situation. I do love habit tracking, but the thing I'm having a problem with, if you watched my goal video from last month or my big month one update in Makse, is I like having a 30-day habit tracker for the ones that I'm working on. So it's easier for me to look at the end of the month and see what my progress was versus having to look at every single habit tracker from every week to kind of get a sense of how I did. That makes sense. So I need to come up with a solution for that. Okay, so we're going to jump over into the next spread. So the next spread was Valentine's Day. So I actually used just the red and the light red or the pink colors from the Makse Life color palette. And basically what I did here was take the red dividers and did that. Then I used what's underneath here just so you can see. Thank God for removable stickers. So I just took one of our solid blank flags and I layered it with a light red or pink work header. So I was kind of trying to be creative. So I have that. And then used the dots and the square check boxes for different tasks. On the left, you see the same thing again. We have the kettlebell for the workout, mini flags for different AM or PM, like kitchen food related tasks, food prep, whatever you want to call it. Use the different appointment, what are these? Are the quarter box appointment labels for, again, different time related things. You write time on one side, the event on the other. This got wet. This is the little vet appointment guy, so use that one. And those are kind of all the time related things. I did use the computer icon again to track our hours worked. Some chore icons. This must have been the week we started with like, we're gonna stop being wusses and get outside and do walks on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So I did use the shoe icon to indicate that. What else do we have? I used our new Hello Weekend, which I really liked that. Some of this stuff is not even relevant. I just used it for pictures. So we were supposed to go to potentially see some boxing fights, but we didn't. But that was just an idea of how you could do that. Don't go to church, but this is a great icon if you do. Again, these were used for pictures. I did create a little bitty running to-do list here for the week using the dots. I must have got my planner wet. And then obviously you can see the habit tracker here. So this week was monochrome red for Valentine's Day. This is the week of the 17th, so I tried taking just two colors from the Makse Life palette and did that, which I do like these two colors together. So it's the teal and the blue-gray. And you can see same kind of strategy here with the dividers. Used our to-do flags. You can get these flags in a variety of headers. So if you like those skinny flags, you can go in the shop and see there's tons of different header options for that. Stuck with my kettlebell thing here up on the left side. Same weekend banner. This is when we got sick. So as you could tell, my voice is still kind of, and I'm trying really hard not to cough because I have to cough really bad. But we got the flu this week, which was last week, and it was horrendous. So the whole week was jacked. That's why this planner spread looks pretty empty. So by Wednesday we were sick and everything went to crap. So you can also see I tried to put out the garbage 3 times. Finally was successful on Sunday. So we have that. Ran some to-do lists, alternating our mini hexes with the 2 colors. Did layer a teardrop with an outline box for time-related things here. Did use a mini flag for feeding my starter. Then you can see sick day, no workout, sick. Ended up not doing our walk. Well, we did our walk on Tuesday, and then again, everything went to shit. And then we did manage to get our new releases out, so I used our little post-it note for that. I did do some work, even though I still felt like I was dying that day. And then on Saturday, we were feeling a little better. We did go out to lunch and just wrote a note that I was feeling a little better. Used our big full outline box to write down the 2 house appointments we had that day to go see with our realtor. And then our daily task list down here. So this is sized to fit nicely in the notes section. And this is where I put like my automated tasks that I just like to check off, even though I do them regardless. So like wake up by 6:30, miss my plans, check my email, check social, do my books, all of that. So that's just kind of my like boom, 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 done, AM routine done. But then you could see didn't go on past Wednesday because we were dying. Okay, so that is last week. And then last but not least, this is this week. So it went back to kind of a rainbow spread here. And I actually didn't do Saturday and Sunday. I just did Monday through Friday with that style because I'm not sure how I'm going to use Saturday and Sunday. As you can see from these previous spreads, we don't usually have much going on the weekends. So even though I'm using these stickers up to kind of create that layout consistency, I end up not really using the space much at all again because these more for pictures, so that didn't really happen. This day there was a few things that went on, but I don't always have much, if anything, going on the weekend. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to leave this blank, figure out another way to use Saturday and Sunday, and focus on using all the stickers in this layout Monday through Friday. So same thing I did before with the to-do flags and the dividers, layering teardrops with the outline boxes for time-related things. This time I put the kettlebell down here and the shoe for our walks to cover the little heart. I do actually like that, how that looks, and that worked out. And then same kind of thing here in the right-hand column, the computer to write the hours that we worked. I did try using our camera icon and video icon to kind of, just because I like using those icons, I could have easily just wrote the task here, but I wanted to kind of highlight that and didn't do it on either of those days. So that had to get moved to today and this had to get moved to today. So didn't do it, but then I used the arrows to move the task. Did chores here with a little chore sticker, and then we had new releases today, so put that guy there, and that's pretty much it. So these are my spreads. I'm really liking, again, the horizontal. I like that it keeps me more limited on how long my to-do list can be. I surprisingly, again, thought I could never deal with the horizontal because the week goes up and down and my brain likes the week, what I thought, left to right. But I think there's just something about, at least right now, this format really working for me. I have less going on, and again, it helps me rein in my to-do list and feel like I'm using the planner to its fullest versus having so much empty space in those vertical columns. Still, again, don't use much on Saturday and Sunday. So if you can relate, and your Saturday and Sunday are pretty much like non-existent as far as things to do, how do you use these days? You just leave it blank? I need to have like a planner that's just Monday through Friday. So yeah, so there is that. I think that's it, guys. So I don't want to make this one too long. Just wanted to update you on my spreads for February. I think what I'll do going forward is I'm going to continue doing a flip through. I thought about doing a plan with me, but I don't know. I will show you something right before we get off about how I planned for the next week, first week of March. But I'm going to separate like this component of showing you my spreads with another video going over my goals and reflection and all of that. I think that's better to have it separate so these videos are not so long. Okay, so I'm gonna try to finish up here. Let me show you, so March really quick, going ahead to the next month. Again, my month view's pretty chill, nothing going on, just a couple appointments time-based, and this time I did use the month labels. And then I just show you week one, because I was kind of prepping and playing around. So this is week one of March. And I actually decided to use a palette from Inkwell Press, because I'm like, this planner is so neutral. I can use any colors I want. So let me try using some of the Inkwell Press colors because I like them. And I was just kind of getting a little bit tired with always having the rainbow colors from Makse and wanted to change it up. So long story short, these are colors from the Oasis palette from Inkwell. And I did the stripe dividers here, have the to-do flags, put down my little kettlebells, and a few, like I have to do my budget on Monday, I have to do a savings transfer. I did put these guys down here, the fork and spoon for a meal plan, and then the shoe, and that's all I have so far, just 2 tasks I need to remember to do on Monday. So this is just kind of like before the pen situation, just to show you what my process kind of looks like. Like this is basically all I get down ahead of time, unless I were to have some time related things, those would go down too. But this is how it starts, and then each day it kind of evolves from there. So that is my first one for March using the Oasis palette, 2 of the colors from it from the Inkwell Press. So that is that, guys. I hope you found that helpful. What planner are you using? Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know how your February went. February was weird. I'll talk more about that in my reflection video. And that is all, guys. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one.